All right. We have a standard, not so standard strategy, that's for sure, on Arena. What I mean by that is that we are looking at a Mongol castle drop, not at 24 pop, but at 23 pop up to feudal. That is insane to me. Now, there's a couple of reasons that this player is able to pull that off. One of the big reasons is that he has four deer and not three. The number of deer that spawn is random. Now, Mongols definitely benefit from having that fourth deer present. And the reason that they benefit so much is because their hunters work 40% faster, which applies to deer and also applies to boar. There's some other things that Arzak does to make this work. I was going to introduce him later on. I have all of these notes about this game. I've casted this 7 times, but you know what? Every single time I cast this, I still get surprised. So another thing that he does is he doesn't immediately construct a lumber camp. He doesn't have a lumber camp. He has villagers on straggler trees, and he's going to construct a mill instead. This is kind of what we saw in the 24 pop up into longbows by Josh, which I thought was amazing as well. But I have never seen 23 pop up with enough stone to drop a castle right at the beginning of Castle Age. Normally, you would see, for example, 24, 25 pop up to castle without a castle, or 26 or 27 pop up with a castle. This build blew my mind. So Arzak sent this in to me and he's like, I don't know if this is like too standard for you, or if you would be willing to cast this. And when I watched this game, I said, hell yes. This is amazing how he makes this work so efficiently. Now, I know I'm not saying exactly, oh, he has one on wood, he's using one. I don't think that's important. We're going to be focusing primarily on the big things that he does. If you want to watch this over and over and over again and eventually make a 23 pop up with castle work for yourself, go for it. I don't think this is feasible for myself, but it might be feasible for you. So, what has he done? He has focused primarily on food, primarily on hunt first. Boars, deers, and berries rather than making a lumber camp. He has then constructed enough houses to have a total of 25 population space. Remember, he wants to go 23 pop up, so at this point he doesn't need any additional houses. Now he's finally going to make that lumber camp, probably because he wants to construct a market and a blacksmith when he does get to feudal age. Still has one boar remaining. He'll probably take that soon as this boar runs out. He's not constructing a mining camp, but he is collecting gold. Now, it's very favorable that this gold is so close to his TC, because if this was longer distance, maybe this build falls apart altogether. 23 pop. That's insane. And the recognition that he can do it. I mean, he's only going to produce 3 more villagers. That's it. Is he going to opt to go for a mining camp on stone before a mining camp on gold? It does look like it, doesn't it? Alright, so now he has 2 more villagers to produce before he goes up. 1 more villager, that is, and he's already clicked it. This is boggling my mind. Now, I am not the biggest fan of Mongols. I'll be completely honest with you. One reason I'm not a big fan of Mongols is not because I think they're a weak civ. I actually think that they are too powerful as a civ. Mangadai absolutely shred everything. What can you even build against Mangadai? Oh, skirmishers? No, because you just run away from skirmishers. Oh, how about siege? I heard siege counters archers. Nope, because Mangadai actually get a bonus against siege. Now you could argue, oh well, you could just make the Genitor from Berbers. Well, but what if you're not Berbers? Desert Horse in this matchup is playing as the Lithuanians. I guess he does have those faster skirms that could be useful. Anyway, let's focus back on the exact build. So now he has enough wood, I'm guessing, to construct a blacksmith and a market. He is free on stone that he's had here since feudal. Normally I just dump all of my villagers on stone when I click up the castle, and then I go for 8 onto stone, but he wants to have that castle dropped on his opponent's face. Otherwise, what's the point of going castle so early? And there it is, the market and the blacksmith still hasn't made a mining camp, and he's going to have exactly enough gold to click up. Man, this guy is a monster. Arzak, if you're watching this, kudos to you, man. Maybe, Arzak, if you are watching this, you could post an exact build order to what you did, because I know you have that build order mastered. My goodness. And up, 25 pop up. Oftentimes what you see people do when they go up from feudal to castle, they go for one vil and then loom. Now Arzak had it so precisely planned that he knew that he could get 2 villagers but not loom. And I would not be surprised if now we see a transition into gold as well. These villagers are probably going to go forward at some point. I wonder at what point he's going to send these villagers forward. And there's the mining camp. Okay. Getting double bit axe as one of the eco upgrades. I know I haven't looked at Desert Horse at all, and I feel bad for Desert Horse, but I was just super impressed with this build. Also, Desert Horse, awesome name. I've been to a valley on a horse with no name. Desert Horse kind of reminds me of that song. It's an old school song, but I like it nonetheless. We have some scout fighting going on over here. Wonder who's going to come out on top. Wow, everything is just coming up Arzak in this game. One idle though. No idle though. And I would assume that, yeah, okay, these villagers are going to be running forward. 7 villagers to construct a castle is pretty standard, and he should be able to pull that off. just villager pathing problems. Not the best there. I mean, it would have been awesome if he could have already dropped this castle on his opponent's face, but he doesn't even have the stone. He's 20 stone short, and I also wonder where these villagers are going to go as soon as he does have the required amount of stone. Is he going to save up for another TC or something in that nature? And there's the drop. Wow, his opponent only just reached castle, going for an immediate monastery to probably get those relics. House walls being constructed by Arzak. I really hope I'm pronouncing that right. And these spearmen, this scout, it's nowhere near enough to get through these house walls. This castle is going to go up. And now what do you do? This castle is basically on your main gold, especially if you get fletching and a bodkin arrow that could definitely range this main gold, so you'd have to take some secondary golds over here. Siege Workshop. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Rams? And that's really close. That's actually quite nice. That could potentially ram this castle down. But remember what I said before about Mangadai being ridiculously strong? Well, we're going to be seeing that in this game. Oh my god. Merkin absolutely everything. Has Mangadai production already. Interesting that he kept his villagers on stone there. Even trying to complete... Oh my god, the amount of villagers that have been thrown away by yellow. Oh, he's still a little bit lucky over there that that villager didn't bite the dust. And now everything at the base of this castle is going to get absolutely cleared up by Mangadai. So gross. Such a gross build. I mean, he has like 7 villagers in here that have just been idle for a while. It doesn't even matter. I'll just take your gold. Take your gold. He is Ace of Emeraldsing this. I take your main gold. I take your secondary gold. I take your girlfriend. Take whatever I want. I have Mangadai. Dagnabbit. I have Mangadai. And the Rams are being constructed. Now, I don't know how I feel about the Ram play in this situation. Because Mangadai could easily sit behind this castle safely and get... Ooh, can he get a conversion? That would be huge, actually. Yellow having a very, very tough time getting out there and getting those relics. But gets a convert. Oh, does get a conversion. That's kind of lucky. That's kind of fortunate. So now Yellow has 1 Mangadai, and I think, let's take a look over here. Desert Horse has 2 Rams. 2 Rams is not nearly enough to take down a castle. I honestly think that going for monks is not the worst thing in the world, but since this castle is so on your face, what do you do? What do you do? What do you do against Mangadai? I'm really not the biggest fan of skirms, and oh man, now probably Arzark is thinking of going Rams himself. Finally getting that first relic in Sanctity to get the additional HP on those monks. And there are the Rams. Ooh, that's a very unfortunate eject. I think that was forced by the castle. And go, guys, go. There they go. If he can take this castle down, he should be in a pretty good spot. If not, I mean, this is already super sketchy. You need to kind of wall behind here. Tries to repair, which is nice, because then they can actually not be shot. But oh no, absolutely everything gets cleared up. And look how quickly these Rams over here get taken down by the Mangadai. And the GG is instantaneously called. Desert Horse already knowing what time it is. Oh, so sick. So sick. 23 pop up. When I saw this, I was in awe. And then I felt like I didn't cast it well enough because this strategy is insane. I mean, maybe not even a strategy. I think a lot of people could come up with this, but to actually execute this is wild. I've seen somebody do a 24 pop up with longbows. I've seen people easily get up to castle age with 23 pop but without a castle. I've never seen anybody get up with 23 pop and have enough stone to drop a castle right at the beginning. Wild. Just wild. I guess let's take a quick look at the statistics. Why not? Oh, 14 kills versus 1. Yeah, that seems like a pretty good KD. Desert Horse already knew what time it was. He didn't even want to play on in that game. He's like, yeah, I know. Also, look at this. The food collected. So disgusting with only 23 population. And after that, still able to produce villagers. It wasn't even like an all-in strategy by any means. Out-popped Desert Horse as well. And, yeah. That about sums it up. Remember, guys, just keep walking. 23 pop castle with a castle to drop. Wild. Just keep walking. Just keep walking. I'm just gonna be in awe in the corner for a second here. Oh man. Oh man. Monstrous. Absolutely monstrous.